Hey everybody, Mudslinger Tool back at you. Today what we're going to be doing is infusing liquid with smoke. I looked all over to try to find like something other than liquid smoke. Liquid smoke works, it's alright, but there's not really an actual smoke taste to it. It's kind of more of a synthetic taste. And so I had to go ahead and make something to actually be able to smoke liquid, or pretty much anything you want. But what we got first is find yourself a bottle. I'm going to mention no names unless they want to throw me some dough, and I'm sure they don't want to be affiliated with me at all. But anyhow, you got yourself a bottle. On the lid, you want to drill yourself a hole like that. Find yourself a piece of pipe. I found this 1/2-inch pipe, and in a piece of a compression fitting. So I just screwed it down in there. You could use any kind of pipe. You don't want something that's painted on the inside or anything, because it's going to be smoking. Although it's not going to be that hot, you just kind of want to use some common sense. If you can't find a bowl piece kind of thing, you can always take some tin foil, make a cone out of it, stick it, poke a couple holes in it and stick it down into the tube. Would work just fine. Then what we need is you need a small hole. The hole that you put in here needs to be slightly smaller than this. It doesn't have to be 100% airtight, but you do want some airtightness because it's going to create a suction. Then what you can do is you can heat this up a little bit, or even heat the cap up a little bit with a lighter and push this through to make it kind of seal good. Your smaller hole for a piece of fish tank tubing. So same thing, same premise, a little bit smaller of a hole, heat it up a little bit so that your fish tank tubing fits in there. Obviously that's not crazy tight, but tight enough to make a somewhat of a seal. On the other end of the fish tank tubing, you have an air pump for an air mattress. You can get these pretty much anywhere, that you can get an air mattress. All air mattress pumps have the end they fill up the air mattress with, and then they have an end on the top that actually sucks the air in. A lot of times you use that to quickly deflate an air mattress. Well, what I did, I happen to have this piece for a small vacuum laying around, but you could use a piece of PVC that will fit over this. Get yourself a PVC cap. You shouldn't even have to glue it on, just push it on. You drill yourself a hole for a hose barb, a threaded hose barb, and screw it into the cap. Use a piece of bigger diameter hose, cut a small piece of rubber to go around the fish tank hose, and put it in there. You can see there's a slight gap. If I can get the right angle here, there's a slight gap in the hose. So it's not, again, it's not 100% on there. Even on my lid here, there's little vent holes, because otherwise it probably just collapsed the PVC. So on top of, or the fish tank tubing, so on top of your PVC, when you put the cap on there, you might even drill one small hole or two small holes. You can play around with it and see how much suction your pump's creating, just to kind of equal it out a little bit. And drill yourself a couple holes so that it can suck through that also while it's pulling through this fish tank tubing. So then what we got is we take our cap here, you put it on your bottle, and we're going to fill the bottle up with a liquid. I'm using the liquid part of a steak sauce that I make, but you could use water, olive oil, whatever you want to infuse with smoke. If you have a recipe that you just want, ooh, that's yummy. If you have a recipe that you just want a smoky flavor to, you take the liquid part of it, or anything. I mean, even if it was a heavier thing like ketchup or whatever, it's going to be hard to get it back out of the bottle. So my suggestion would be to use whatever liquid part of your recipe. Like I said, vinegar, olive oil, water. Smoke that, and then add that to your recipe as you're needing. Then what we'll do here is we'll put wood chips in the top, fire it up. Okay, so we got our wood chips. These are hickory. I just took some normal size wood chips, like for a smoker, and I broke them into small pieces. Obviously, you're not putting this in a smoker. It's not going to sit here for 3 days. We're going to be here for a minute and a half, and these will burn in about 30 seconds. So that's kind of the point to it. You want to generate some fast smoke. So they have to be small in order to be able to light. So, I'm going to take that. Start your lighter, start your pump. It'll create a suction. It'll pull the smoke in. And you're going to go. Once we have enough smoke, you take the top piece off, you put a regular cap on. See, the bottle's totally full of smoke here, and what you do is you shake it. A little harder to see because this liquid's dark. Your smoke will start going away as it infuses into the liquid. Alright, as you can see, I mean, it's not 100% clear, but you can kind of see into the bottle now. Just being the fact that, you know, you can see the shadow of my hand behind it. So all of that smoke that was in the bottle, or about 90% of it, is now down, infused into the liquid. Even when I take the cap off here, there's really no smoke coming out. Then what we'll do, we'll fill it up with smoke again. smoking again. See the smoke coming up. Now we got a totally smoky bottle again. Then you repeat. You do that until you have the desired smoke flavor that you want in your liquid. Add it to your recipe, and bon appetit. Well, smash the like button for me, subscribe. Other weird videos, different little tips on stuff, how to fix, upgrades, just general stuff here you could possibly learn or just enjoy watching me make a fool out of myself. Who knows?